So, what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with a budget Monarch deck profile to actually compete against today's meta game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of you guys are sick and tired of seeing spirals and and things like that, so I decided to actually cook up a list for you guys today to actually play on a budget. Today guys, I got you guys a spicy list that I believe can actually do really well going first against spirals. In my personal opinion guys, this deck is actually very good going first against spirals. You guys don't know how powerful the domain lock is. In the spiral main deck, there's not a lot of cards to actually out domain other than set rotation and things like that, and also super agent. But if they had the super agent, you're probably gonna have the Monarch erupt on the field. So that's the combo you're trying to establish most of the time. Having domain with the Monarch erupt on the board is absolutely GG against spirals, and even having a face-up erupt against spirals can just potentially be game against your opponent. So that's why I think this deck is just really good against spirals going first. I've made this deck as budget as possible without you guys having to break the bank. Alright guys, if you guys want to help support the channel, I have a new spiral playmat available. Here it is guys. If you guys want to get your spiral playmat today, make sure you guys message me on my Facebook page. I do free shipping to Canada and USA. International shipping may cost extra. The Dark Magician mats and Blue Eyes mats are no longer on sale. I just want to thank you guys so much for those of you who help support the channel and help support the 100k milestone, but it's okay. I got you guys a new spiral playmat right here. If you guys are interested in purchasing one, make sure you guys message me on my Facebook page. I do free shipping to Canada and USA. International shipping may cost extra, so make sure you guys support the channel and get yours today. Alright guys, start with the monster real quick. We want to play triple Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. This card is absolutely incredible, especially against a spiral matchup. The fact that this effect does not target and it's immune to cards like Last Resort and also Spiral Resort on the board is just absolutely phenomenal. Being able to just shuffle back, Sleeper directly to the deck is just absolutely insane. So you tribute summon your Squires, summon out Erebus, Erebus shuffles back the Sleeper, and then it's pretty much you cleared the most problematic monster on the board already, which is Erebus' effect. Like being able to ditch your demonic spawn trap cards to the graveyard, such as Pantheism and also Prime, is just really amazing for the deck. So triple Erebus is just really good. And please do not forget about its secondary effect. Being able to ditch a Monarch spawn trap card from your hand to the graveyard to add a Monarch monster directly from the graveyard back into your hand is just really amazing. So that way that you can always recycle Aether to your hand as quickly as possible with Erebus' effect. So triple Erebus. Next off, for the one-ofs of the big Monarchs, we're going to play the one Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. I really wish we had this card at 3. If we had this card back at 3 and Pantheism back at 3, I'll be playing this deck, until I die, because Monarch has to be one of my favorite decks of all time. Just really powerful interruption cards with Aether in the deck. Be able to just tribute something on your opponent's turn to actually disrupt a lot of their plays is just really good. Be able to just bring out Kuras, popping your own cards like Return to draw into more cards and popping their cards to just basically interrupt their plays is just really powerful. So Aether is just really good for that. And also one Caius, the Mega Monarch, really good cards to actually banish monsters on the field and also banish problematic cards on the board as well. And the one Mega Thessalos, going first, if you open up with the Mithra combo, you can basically loop 2 cards in your opponent's hand. If you open up Mithra with Thessalos and also have an access to Erebus, it's just really good. So you just look at your opponent's hand, rip any problematic cards that they have in their hand to the graveyard using the Erebus, Thessalos, and Mithra combo. And the last small Monarchs you want to play in the deck is double Kuras, the Light Monarch. Kuras is just really good. Having one tribute in the deck is just really important because sometimes you do brick in the deck. This deck is known to actually brick, and it does happen. You know what I mean? You're playing Monarchs, and especially with the hits of Pantheism down to 1, the deck lacks in the consistency. You also want to see small Monarchs in the deck because that way that you can tribute summon something for a domain at least to have on the board. And Kuras is really good to actually be tutored out by Aether, so that way that you can pop your own Return and pop your own cards like Prime that's face up on the field to draw 2 cards to see more of your combo pieces that you need for the deck. For the Squires, you want to play the best starting Squire is definitely triple Yugioh, the Heavenly Squire. Card's really amazing. You guys don't know what Yugioh does. Yugioh is on summon, special summons and Eidos from your deck. And also the secondary effect is just really amazing as well, so that way that you can recycle cards like Stormforth or also Pantheism from your banished pal back into your hand, so that way that you can combo out within the following turn, which is really nice. So triple Yugioh. Next, double Eidos. Eidos, the Underworld Squire. This card is another 1 card tribute. Basically, if you open up Eidos with another Monarch monster, especially with domain, you can summon the Eidos, tribute summon for something using the domain's effect to make the monster in your hand level 6, and then you have a 1 card tribute, which is really good. Then the secondary effect is just really powerful. Being able to just banish yourself, especially an idea from the graveyard to tutor out another Eidos directly from the deck, or even Mithra directly from the deck, is just really good as well. So double Eidos. Last but not least, you're gonna play the one Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. This card is really good. The fact that you're able to additional tribute summon is just really great. When I was talking to you guys about the Erebus with the Thessalos combo, was just really powerful. You guys can either play triple Yugioh and triple Idols, or you guys can play this ratio of 3, 2, and 1. Both lineups are good with a 3 and 3 or 3, 2, and 1. It's all up to personal preference of what you guys want to play. But throughout testing, interesting. I find that Mithra can actually become really powerful, especially being able to help you nuke out 2 cards in your opponent's hand. Alright guys, for the hand traps, I'm trying to make this deck as budget as possible, so you're not going to see too many expensive hand traps in the main deck, but hand traps are just really important in this format. So the 1 Maxi, really powerful. And last but not least, double Ghost Ogre, the Snow Rabbit. You guys can actually find these in gold rare or even in super rares from the promos. But Ghost Ogre is just really good, especially against Spiral. What's it called? Sleeper. Not a lot of people play Last Resort in the main deck. So what you can do is that once Sleeper activates effect during the end phase or something like that, without Last Resort equipped, you can activate Ghost Ogre and destroy the Sleeper. And then once Sleeper is destroyed, they basically nuke their entire board, which is really good. So Ghost Ogre is just really good for that. For the spells, very standard, triple domain. The True Monarch. This card is absolutely incredible. Being able to lock your opponent from the extra deck is just really good. Spirals are nothing without their extra deck. So being able to just lock them from, their summoning mechanic is just really great. So Domain is just good for that. And you can easily search Domain directly from your deck to your hand off cards like Tenacity. The Monarch is just really good. This card, you're playing 6 Domains in the deck. Essentially a terraforming for the deck, which is really good. So Tenacity searches out basically any of your Monarch cards directly from your deck to your hand. And also mainly adds a Domain or a Monarch Interrupt directly from your deck to your hand, which is really powerful. Yep. And also the attack damage boost is also really relevant as well to be able to trample over cards on the board. Next off, you're going to play a double return of the Monarch. Being able to get A3 into your hand as quickly as possible is really essential for the deck. And also getting cards like Erebus to your hand while having escalation from the field can actually pose a huge threat for your opponent. So that way that you contribute something on your opponent's turn and just interrupt a lot of plays, which is really good. So double return of the Monarchs. And also if you're already using return of the Monarchs, you can activate Kuras to pop it and then draw into your piece that you need. So this card is your draw power of the deck, and also be able to banish yourself from the graveyard to, shoot 3 Monarch cards and your opponent picks 1. It's just really good. You can pick cards like Domain, Monarchs Erupt, and also even Stormforce. Monarch cards, the 1 March of the Monarchs. You set up your combo place, with March of the Monarchs with Domain. You win the duel. It basically stops your opponent from targeting your Monarch cards on the field and protects it from being destroyed by card effects. Yes. And last but not least, for a Monarch card is like the best Monarch in the deck is definitely the Stormforth. If you can get a Stormforth to your hand as quickly as possible, especially going second if you have a Monarch in your hand. So what you can do is you can activate Tenacity, search Stormforth, which is why I really think this deck can be good going second because you have access to Stormforth directly from the deck to the hand. So you go Tenacity, Stormforth, activate Stormforth, tribute summon over their Sleeper, and it just basically just go off from there. So 1 Foolish Burial to dump Airbits and also Idea or even Eidos from your deck to the grave. The 1/1 for 1. Really good card to actually tutor out Idea for free directly from the deck. Just really nice. 1 Foolish Burial Goods, dumping the Prime Monarchs and also Pantheism to the graveyard if you don't have access to it is also really amazing to help basically make your deck even more consistent, in my opinion. So Foolish Burial Goods. Last but not least, to help come back going second, you're going to play the Regeki and also Dark Hole. Really wish Dark Hole was at 2. If Dark Hole was at 2, I would definitely be main decking 2 Dark Holes 100%. And last but not least, I play the 1 Allure Darkness. You don't play a lot of dark monsters in the deck. If you're playing Vanity Screen in the deck, I could bump Allure Darkness to 2, but most of the time, I want to see my Airbase in my hand, you know what I mean? It's only good, Allure Darkness is only good when you have multiple copies of Darks in your hand, but most of the time, like, I'll be forced to banish Eidos, and I don't want to do that because Eidos effect can actually be really relevant in the graveyard. Well, it's going to be relevant in the graveyard, especially having Idea in there. So Lord Darkness can actually conflict with the deck, in my opinion. It's not really that good in multiples, but if you guys are playing more Darks in the deck, I would recommend you guys playing more Allure. But the 1 Allure is definitely enough because I only have 6 targets in the deck anyway. So yeah, 1 Allure Darkness is really good in my opinion. I actually might even cut this card out as a whole, now to think about it. But that's pretty much it for the spells. Go out to our traps. Trap's the best trap in the game. This card can even be better than Domain, in my opinion. It's triple the Monarchs Erupt. You want to open up this card. Other than this or Domain, you win the duel. It's so good. The card's amazing. It's essentially a skill drain. You have a Monarch on the field. Activate this. It's a skill drain. Agent can't even pop this. They can make anything they want. Sure. They can make any monster they want, but they can't even beat over the Airbase. Trust me. It's an auto win against Spirals if you open up this. They have no auto. The only auto they have to discard is like Cause a Cyclone, which they don't even main in the main deck. So if you control Tribute Summon Monster, the gates all affect monsters on the field except for Tribute Summon Monsters. Double the Prime Monarch. Guys, I don't know how good this card is. Recycles back all your Monarch cards to the deck to draw 1 card, and also being able to just have tribute fodder every single turn is just really great. So double Monarch, and last but not least, escalation of the Monarchs, really good. If you have multiple copies of Airbase in your hand, or also multiple copies of big Monarchs in your hand, this card becomes really viable because it's essentially you're able to play on your opponent's turn, which is what I really like about escalation of the Monarch. You want to just play on your opponent's turn, it's just really good. And if your opponent tries to kill your Monarch monster, you can just activate escalation, tribute over the Monarch, and then summon another Monarch, which is really great. So that's pretty much much it for the trap. The trap lineup is just really versatile because you're able to search these cards directly from your deck to your hand, which is why I love the trap lineup so much. But you want to see the Monarchs erupt as quickly as possible, and that's the reason why I'm playing this deck, because this deck is just so good going first against Spirals. Being able to set up Domain or either the Monarchs erupt is just absolutely insane to blow up the entire matchup. So that's pretty much it for the traps. Let's go up into your side. So side deck, you guys can play whatever you guys want, but you know, realistically, this is what I'll be siding going second. I'll be playing Triple Drone Lockbird 100%. If you guys don't have this in the main, at least side it. If you guys have it, or have access to this card, main deck it. It's just so good. Drone Lockbird, amazing. Triple Ash Blossom. These cards are just really good going second against Spirals. Most of the time, if you guys are budget players, which I believe you guys are, if you're watching this video, 100% at least side the Kaijus to actually combat against the sleeper. You know, the interrupt with the 3 Kaiju is really good. You play Raiden because it's a dark. You can actually banish it with Allure of Darkness, which is great. So these cards enough. If you guys don't have these cards access, you can just side in the Kaijus to go second against Spirals, which is good. Double Evenly Match, a really powerful card against basically any deck. And last but not least, Triple Solemn Strike going first, just great. So yeah, this deck is already built to go first, so you don't need to side a lot of cards going first. This deck has a problem going second, so the thing that I would recommend siding the most for budget players, definitely you know, the Kaijus right here, just really essential to side, and also Solemn Strikes going first, which is really great. But other than that, if you guys don't have access to these cards, that's okay. At least just try to side in Kaijus and also try to side in Solemn Strikes, because this card is a super rare now, so you guys can have easily access to this card. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. Let me know what do you guys think about this deck. I think this deck is actually really powerful going first. This deck going second, it can be really hard to actually compete against Spirals if they already have a big board, but if you open up a hand with cards like Stormforth, you're able to actually combat against them. And going first, this deck has no problem going first. If you don't brick and you're able to set up the Monarch Erupt, you basically just win the game. That's how really good this deck is, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more budget deck profiles to compete against today's meta, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. That'll be absolutely amazing, guys. And this is Sam from Team SamHam signing out. Alright guys, peace.
The family, what else? Friends of the family, yeah. Do it for the friends of the family. Who else? Friends of the family, yeah. Do it for the friends of the family. Friends of the family. Do it. You don't know them, you don't know me, damn. Friends of the family.